How do you respond to stress? Stress is something that can show up in a variety of ways. It can show up for a variety of reasons. And I'm going to address the reasons that I believe create stress in the first place. And then I'll talk about a bit of how I choose to respond to stress. So, stress is prevalent in pretty much all of our lives. And, I think there's maybe a select few people in this world, maybe more than I'm aware of, I don't know, but they have progressed to a place where they don't experience stress and all fears and all of that. But anyways, so I believe stress can be caused by things like living in the past, replaying something that happened in the past over and over and over again in our heads. Whatever happened is gone and done and isn't happening anymore, but we keep re-experiencing it because we keep replaying the story. And then there is living in the future, where we experience anxiety because we are worried about some kind of an outcome, usually some kind of an outcome, whether it has to do with how we perceive somebody might respond to us, maybe financial, maybe, I don't know, some other thing where we've got a trolley that's going by here right now, so it's gotten a little loud at the moment. I'm sitting at a community garden, and we've got a set of tracks that has a trolley that goes between this area and downtown, and it's one of these old-fashioned type trolleys. So anyways, so there can be different reasons why we could feel stress about the future. We can also, now I'm drawing a blank on what the other areas are. We can also feel stress when we attach to ideas and beliefs, where we think, well, this should happen, or this shouldn't happen, or this has to happen, or why did this person do this, and why can't this person behave this way? And we have all of these different things that come into our head, and there's a lot of these thoughts that happen regarding things that are happening in the world because people get really attached to the shoulds and the shouldn'ts, and it really doesn't change anything by having those thoughts. All it does is it creates stress in ourselves. And I mean, if you are able to take some kind of action that supports an issue in a loving way, then great. But I believe that the more we push against something, the more we're actually putting that negative energy out there. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts about what creates stress. And then there's the way I tend to respond to stress, and it's a practice for me. So, I have to remind myself, and I still get caught up in it, and I have to sometimes suffer a great deal before I'm just like, okay, breathe, take a break, let's try to come back to center. Got these little insects crawling on me. But yeah, I think breathing is is a really, really good way to help with that. And you just focus on each breath going in and out. Try to have like longer breaths if possible, because the thing is when we become anxious and fearful, and that, if you notice, you're probably taking fairly short breaths, and they're probably like coming from up here kind of thing. And it's better if we can try to focus more from the belly and do more of a belly kind of breathing, because that can help to really calm down the nervous system. I also like to sometimes do energy routine exercises. Sometimes it's a whole routine where it's a set of exercises all together. And sometimes it's just one particular exercise. But Donna Eden, if you've never heard of her, she is kind of considered the pioneer of energy medicine in North America. So, I encourage you to look her up. She's on YouTube, and there's all kinds of wonderful videos that she shares about different things that you can do to help with different areas of your life. And it's Donna, Donna, Eden, Eden. Movement can really help, especially if it's kind of energetic movement can really help, but any kind of movement is beneficial, I find. And, one of the things that I sometimes do is I find like a yoga ecstatic kind of music. That's sort of what I've seen it called. And it typically doesn't have any words, but it's just a certain style of kind of music that has, different beats and things like that. It's not like super high energy like some of the typical kind of dance music you can find, but it is kind of medium, and I try to dance to it intuitively. So it has nothing to do with what kind of dancer you are, whether you're any good at dancing or not. That has nothing to do with it. It's just allowing yourself to really listen to the music, and just allowing your body to move to it in whatever way it feels like. And that can really help. And the thing with movement, whether it's faster or slower movement, is that it really helps to move the energy. So when we get stressed, the energy can get stuck within us, within our body, and then we can experience like tension in our necks and shoulders, or sore backs, or different kinds of aches and pains, or maybe we'll have trouble sleeping or something like that. So when we can move the energy, then that can really help. And then excuse me, when we can watch the energy. Boy, this trolley is busy tonight. Wasn't expecting it to come back so soon. Yeah, so when we can move the energy and we can do different things to help shift the stress, then it allows us to be able to see things more clearly, be able to make clearer decisions, be able to see things from a different perspective. And that's also why I like going out into nature as well, because I think that that really helps to ground me and rebalance me. So, you know, even if you're not like particularly a nature lover, even just being able to go and sit somewhere around the trees and just relax and breathe a little bit, because I truly believe that nature just has this natural thing where it just helps to rebalance us. The energy is kind of like, I think, somewhat neutralized. So those are some of my tips for being able to try to come back from a place of stress. And you know, if you have any tips of your own that you do that helps you with stress, I'd love for you to share them.